Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dropping Down from the Rafters podcast here on Toned In Entertainment. Today, I've got two gentlemen who I had the pleasure of meeting back at WrestleCade back in November. We've got IT next to me, and we got Unit down below, and they go by the duel, the formidable duel of higher Upsilon protection. How you guys doing?
All right, yourself?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. WrestleCade, I'm guessing this was your first experience, at least as professionals.
Yeah.
On the professional side, yeah.
Had you guys ever gone like as fans before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously you guys, in case people probably don't know how we all came together, was that you guys were at the table next to Leila Grey, and I was preparing to do my interview with her, and then it was Unit, I believe, that approached me, if I'm not mistaken, and was like, "Hey man, what's going on? Do you want to take a picture? Let's get together." And we took a picture. We talked for a little bit while I was waiting to do my interview, and we got each other's information. And I said, "You know what? Once we get back, we get situated, let's make a podcast happen." And now we're doing it here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a smart decision on my end, man.
What do you mean, as far as like approaching or waiting for later to do the interview?
Nah, like it was a smart decision because, you know, you blessed us with this opportunity to be on your show, man. It's a blessing to be here, for real.
As far as, you know, as someone, I know how hard it is to get your name out there and to promote yourself. And it's really hard in this vast ocean that is professional wrestling right now. So I really respect it and appreciate it. And I told you guys that the fact that you guys put your names, you know, you introduced yourself. I was a complete stranger. You know, it takes a lot, man. Like WrestleCade is pretty overwhelming, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
What was your guys' experience there as professionals this year? Let's start with IT.
For me, so last year was my first year going to WrestleCade. As a fan, it was like a lot going on. Like just you see the wrestlers I grew up watching. And like even like last year at the hotel we stayed at, like we went out and had breakfast and we saw the $1 Million Man eating breakfast right beside us. And so like that was a real honor. And I just ended up having a conversation with them. To this year, like going to all the shows in North Carolina, like DPW, Firestar, and like it was low-key like a family reunion. Like I felt more comfortable approaching people because I'm the more socially awkward one. So like going to see people that like I knew, it was more comfortable and get to walk around with other people than just Unit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know you guys that well, obviously, but I could tell that Unit is definitely, I think, from my research, he's definitely the mouthpiece of the group. Am I wrong on that, Unit?
Nah, you ain't wrong at all, man. I had to build that confidence up over time. Like, I still have my moments where I'm socially awkward, but it all, like, I think growing up watching The Rock and CM Punk, that, and I'm not even just being like this weird cliche wrestling fiend or fan, that helped me be a speaker and get more comfortable in front of people and get more comfortable just talking, so that helped a lot growing up. So that helps me when we go to these shows and seeing the other guys do the same thing where they're walking up to you, shaking hands, and I'm like, I don't know who you are, but now I do because hey, this guy such and such from West Virginia who's an up and coming wrestler, he just introduced himself to us. So yeah. So that helps a lot though, being around good people as well.
Now let's talk about, the protection that you guys are. Okay. How did it all begin? Let's just start with like you two even coming together in the first place. Did you guys know each other before professional wrestling, or was it something you met, during this journey?
So we're actually line brothers. We went to Livingstone College. We crossed in Phi Beta Sigma fraternity incorporated, the untouchable Upsilon chapter, fall 18 to be exact. And we knew each other before that, where we came into the school together. And after we got together with Phi Beta Sigma, we grew closer and closer. We were actually the closest two on our line. So yeah, that's how we got together. And then we both realized, hey, you're a wrestling nerd too? Like, yeah, I am. So it all made it even better that we had some stuff in common as well.
Isn't it great when you find that wrestling nerd in the vast, the group?
Yeah, man.
You got all these other guys that are always into other stuff, right? I mean, that's
Right.
how it is. And then you've got like that one coworker, that one schoolmate, that one person. It really does bring a bond together when you can. Just wrestling can really bring a friendship together.
Yeah, it really can.
So go ahead.
I was gonna say, because actually, I've throughout the time fell out of wrestling, but then with Unit, he used to do commentary and do websites for reviews for wrestling shows, and so getting to at the time getting to know him and hanging out with him and see what he was doing, I was I used to watch him, just watching just to see what's been going on since I've stopped watching, and he actually got me back into watching wrestling.
Okay. Before we go any further, we got three people that definitely want to give the shout outs to. Preach is in here saying my dogs, Kendrick Lowe, Big Unit and E-Man, and Donald. Can you dig it? Yes, we can dig it right now. We can. So IT, I grew up loving professional wrestling, but I never had let's just say it, the guts to step inside the squared circle. What made you want to go and embark on this journey?
So with me, I'm usually the one that's just no, just I'm good. I'm always the background person. And so then going to shows and people's you should actually you have the size, you should really go out there and try it out. And so Unit was the one who's no, he was I want to do this, and the third. And me, as that background supportive person, I told him if you go do it, I'll do it too.
So it's all Unit's fault then.
Yes, everything literally is Unit's fault. Everything.
It's true.
Everything is Unit's fault. I think, is that going to be the reoccurring theme of your careers? It's Unit's fault.
I'm not even gonna lie. That probably I'm the one out of the two of us that's hot headed. I'm the one that does the talking. I do the things where it's all right, you want to do this, bro? You want to do this? Yeah, I'm down. That's the first thing IT does. So it's that's just how we were brought up with Phi Beta Sigma, where you down, I'm down. I got your back. You got my front. I got your back. All right, bet. So that's what we do. That's how we do it.
Now we did take a picture, the three of us, and obviously I was quite shorter than the both of you guys. And I don't consider myself a small guy, but can you guys give your measurements and your height stats? We'll go with IT first.
Okay.
Okay, mine was lagging a little bit. Can you repeat the question?
Oh yeah, I said your measurements and your height stats. What is your size?
Oh, I'm 6'3", 350.
And Unit?
About 7 feet, about the same.
Okay, I was gonna say you were definitely pushing 7 foot for sure. There's no lie
Yeah,
about
man.
that.
I play basketball as well, so I'm actually listed as like 7', 7'1".
Okay. Now, obviously, you guys are new to this. The first picture I saw on your Instagram was from August 17th this year. Yeah, your very first post on Instagram. So, have you guys learned anything new about yourself, in this very short time? Let's go with Unit first.
Yes, I have. Like with me personally, I have learned to. I've learned a lot about the wrestling community, even deeper than what I've known before. Like we started out. Shout out to DCW. Shout out to AC Divine and everybody with Dominant Championship Wrestling. We started out doing security and ringside security with them, and door security, and they're like a family.
So like legit security then.
Yeah. We started out doing legitimate security. And so we would come in and, you got the same guys that we've been watching for the last, year or two. And these guys would be at the, now we're in the locker rooms with them. Now we're preparing, we're setting the shows up with them, setting the rings up with them. It's like, so I think that one thing that I realized that, like I said, we're like a big family, with the independent wrestling in North Carolina. And that's, I don't, That's a lot of what I've learned, though, pretty much. Everybody sticks together. Everybody's supportive of each other as well.
What about you, IT?
Yeah, same. Because, like, especially when he ended up having to leave and move to Las Vegas. And, like, because before it was like every wrestling show, it was me and him. Like, people would say, like, oh, we know we're going to see y'all at the next wrestling show in North Carolina. And so then, like, when he had ended up moving, and like still to this day, like, I still go to shows. It's like now, it's like my social awkwardness have kind of gone from, okay, I'm just going to sit here by myself and just watch the show, to me actually going around talking to people, because of the fact that it's people I've talked to throughout the year or two. So it's just like now I just go out, talk, and I'm still not as social. But, I'll still go out and talk, make sure I have a good time.
It's interesting. A lot of the wrestlers that I talk to, they talk about, their social awkwardness or their anxiety a lot of people deal with. So do you have to flip a switch when it's time for you to perform?
Most of the time, like, even with this, because this is like my first interview, so I'm just like, I'm sitting here like, okay, like my stomach is really turning right now. Like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to embarrass myself. And so, like, sometimes you have to say, just F it, and just like, whatever happens, happens.
Okay. What about you, Unit?
Like I said, I've been playing basketball my whole life. My dad, he's also a former basketball player. So I was kind of like taught at a young age to know what to say and what to do in front of people. My parents, like I said, same thing. They raised me well to know these things because of the fact that I was brought up in a basketball family. So, like I said, my father, he's told me, hey, if you ever get in front of a camera where you have to speak to a reporter or somebody that's interviewing you, you need to say this. Like right now, I'm not even supposed to be saying and like and like I do know that I said it a lot. That's a habit, but so yeah, so yeah, it's just a pretty much a thing where it's like I was taught at a young age. I've never really had much of an issue with it. So
yeah, I think it's pretty hard for us not to say ums and ahs, and I think, and the worst thing you can do is actually think about it, because then that's when you start saying it. So
right,
yeah, you just got to go with it. Now, can you guys describe to me what exactly, for people that don't know, what is higher Upsilon protection? Like, what can people expect when you guys are at a show?
You can expect the biggest freaking protection in the world, man. You can expect us to, we can get down and dirty with the people that's in and out of the ring. Like we don't mind putting hands on people in the crowd if they're getting too rowdy with the performers. We don't mind, standing up for ourselves if there's people from backstage or in the ring trying to come at us. Like, but a lot of them ain't that crazy. But yeah, you can expect a lot of that, man. Plain and simple.
Like, how do your services work? Like, do people have to hire you, or do you maybe suggest to people that maybe you should hire us, or maybe you pay some consequences?
Both.
I've seen posts that kind of suggest that, if you offer people your services and they don't accept them, there might be bigger
ugly,
consequences, right? Okay.
It's going to be ugly, man.
Now, you guys are wrestling out of North Carolina for the most part. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We're just now kind of getting started into wrestling and training and everything. So,
okay, so IT, the first day that you walked into training, right? Because I always try to use this analogy, like, the first day you go to a new gym and you're by yourself or whatever, and you don't know anybody, you're like looking around, what do I do? What goes through your mind when you go in to train as a professional wrestler your very first day?
With that, I was just like, because I had literally just got off of work, and so I'm walking into the gym, and I'm just like, okay. I haven't played football since 2016. And then COVID hit, and then I'm just like, school, I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm still at the young age. I can just go ahead. So I'm like, if anything, I feel like if I know I'm not going to quit myself. So I was told that, as long as I try and don't give up, because it's a long process. I'm not just going to get it overnight. So it's that process that keeps me going.
What about you, when you went in to train for the first day, what was your thought process walking in there?
You're not the next The Rock. You're not the next this person and that person. You're the first you. You're the only you. So, but also the inspiration of what I've seen, of what I want to do in wrestling, it also combines when I come into a wrestling ring, or even if I'm just hitting the weights or whatever I'm doing. A lot of that combines as I'm stepping foot into that world of wrestling. So I take everything that I watch and learn from other guys, and even a lot of the women in wrestling as well. Like I'm a big supporter of women's wrestling and even women's athletes in general. So I take a lot of what they do, and because they've done it before. So I take a lot of what they do and I apply it to what I want to do in this world of wrestling.
Now, you guys are very, very early into your process here. So we'll give an answer now, and then, maybe years from now we revisit this answer. But Unit, what would you like to see this process, this journey take you?
I would love to wrestle all over the world. I would love to wrestle in the big promotions such as WWE. I would love to go to All Elite Wrestling. I would love to see New Japan. I would love to go anywhere. TNA, Impact. I would love to go anywhere that this takes me. And I've always been like that, even with basketball as well.
What about you, IT?
For me, I'm more, because me personally, I'm more of a learning person. So like as time goes on, and my whole outcome is to learn the ins and out of everything, how stuff is done, how things set up. And then I'm big on mentorship. So just mentoring the next generation of young men and women who wants to do something as like growing up. Like, because me growing up, I was like, oh, they only do this on TV. That's nothing else. And then like seeing these independent shows and getting to see people I see on TV in my face, it's like, if I can see this, you can see it too. So mentoring the next generation is the biggest outcome for me.
I love that. Even so early on in your career, you're already, you want to leave a good positive impact on the future. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's get to like 3 little comments here. Kendrick Lowe wants somebody to do the Rock's eyebrow. So I don't know. Do either of you guys do the Rock's eyebrow? I mean, there you go. I think you do the people's eyebrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No pressure, no pressure. Your stomach's already turning with butterflies. I'm not gonna do anything more. Donnell says yes, sir, and Regine Smith is cheering you guys on. Great job, guys. Now, did you guys have any interesting interactions or anything weird happen at WrestleCade?
That's a great question. Did you?
WrestleCade? No.
No, it was pretty chill for you guys then?
Yeah.
Okay. I think year 2 might be a little bit more, once you guys, the faces get out there and stuff like that.
I got one. I got
Okay.
one for you. I got one for you. So, okay, for months, we had been trying to get Matt Cardona and Steph DeLander to let us walk into the ring and be their protection for the weekend. We heard nothing back from them. Steph DeLander, she viewed our Instagram story and like multiple times, like mostly every time that we would put the story up saying, "Hey, everybody, go tag Matt and Steph in this post and get their attention. Let's get this going for WrestleCade." So we get to WrestleCade. Like I said, we had heard nothing from them. Get to WrestleCade, finally get to see Matt Cardona on day 2. And it was kind of awkward because it was like he didn't see anything. So us trying to explain to him like what it was, we were like, okay, so like, does he know that we were trying to get him to agree to let us walk him and Steph down to the ring, or is he just like it's kind of like he was looking at us like, if you ain't buying that, you get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool meeting him and finally getting to explain that to him. But yeah, I wish that we could have gotten because fans obviously hate him. Getting to the ring, you flicking everybody off and telling everybody to go F themselves and this, that, and the other. So we would love to be like a part of that and be able to provide that protection for it, whoever, at some point in their careers and our careers. So, but yeah, that was one encounter at WrestleCade that I would say like was, I guess the other one was for me was Boogeyman. Boogeyman was completely dressed in his. You saw him, right?
He always is. He always is. Every time I've seen him, yeah.
And it's great. So like I'm sitting there thinking he about to be completely in character. So I go to meet him. You got this dude who's built, chiseled out of stone, and he's in his mask or his paint. I mean, with the stick. So I'm thinking he about to be in character, like, oh, big man, I need you in my cave or something. Some crazy something like that. No, he completely just, hey, are you in the wrestling business? Hey, man. So I'm standing there like trying not to look him in the eye because I'm like, dude, this is kind of weird. Like, can we talk after you take this mask or this paint off, man? Like, I feel weird. So, yeah, that was just another thing, though.
I've heard stories about that, and I'll actually drop the name once we're done with the podcast, but I've heard of big, scary former WWE guys, wearing masks and involved with fire and everything else, like poetry and stuff like that. And they're like, yes, talking literature and reading books. And you're like, it just doesn't, this is not what we understand from you guys.
Right.
I expect to walk in and get, power bombed or something. Not Red Hamlet to me.
but that was the cool thing about all of that was that a lot of them were able, a lot of the wrestlers that we saw doing the meet and greets, they would stay in character for the kids, and that's great. But then once some people who are like obviously trying to be students of the game, they come and meet you, and now it's like the whole demeanor's changed. So now you're not talking to Boogeyman the wrestler, you're talking to Marty Wright, the guy, the mentor. That's always cool seeing that.
To me, that's so important to, we grew up and idolized so many of these people, the guys and girls growing up, and like when you go to conventions, like you really want to meet the Boogeyman or you want to meet, X, Y, and Z. And it's always weird to me. It just in my personal opinion, when somebody's there in like a tank top and gym shorts, and I'm like, but you were known to carry this prop around with you, and you were known to do X, these things. And I'm like,
yeah.
So I'm going to pay $50 to take a picture of you in the tank top. Like I really do appreciate it. Just in my personal opinion, I love the people that still bring it. I mean, you don't have to go 100%, but to at least 50% to like bring, Bruce Beefcake. He still brings the shears with him everywhere he goes. Like I'm like, you want to take a picture? You want to take a picture with the shears or the $1 million belt or something like that, So I do appreciate the guys that like the boogeyman. Everywhere I've ever seen that man, he's always keeping it in theme.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing.
We got 2 more comments here. Says, I want to see y'all disrupting minions on WWE.
Disrupting, be some no.
y'all be some. Oh, wait, yeah, y'all be some disrupting minions on WWE.
That'd be cool.
Hey,
one step at a time. You guys are going up. Get on the winning train or go left.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's like get on the train now while it's not exclusive, because one day when you guys are walking big dogs down to the ring and doing your own thing, people are going to wish that, man, I wish I was on this guy's train to begin with. Yeah. Now, who are some of the guys that, I'll start with UIT, that you would love to provide protection for?
So to provide protection for that one, to me personally, this person do not need protection, but just being around him in that atmosphere, I love being around Big E. Big E, like just that comical laughing, like it's gonna be a good time no matter what.
I can see that just being an absolute blast, to be honest. Like both of you guys, like you said, Big E is Big E, right? Like he doesn't need protection, but I think it'd be hilarious to see him come out with you two guys as well. Maybe hilarious for me because I know you guys, but not hilarious for the people that are staring you guys down. What about you, Unit? Who would you love to provide protection for?
It's another one that don't need the protection. I love anybody from the Fatu and Anawahi family. Every last one of them, those are my favorite people. Jacob Fatu is taking me under his wing. He's a great dude, and I would love to do that for him one day.
Now, you guys are doing a lot of, the protection stuff right now. Is the goal to transition into being full tag team wrestlers?
I'll say yeah, in the future.
Okay. But right now it's just kind of, this is what you guys, I guess,
yeah,
your goal now, or not your goal, but like it's your purpose right now.
Yeah. Cause like for me, just working, I'm trying to make more time, but just don't have enough hours in the day. So I'm trying to manipulate my life so I can get everything straightened out and life will still be good. So yeah. But sometimes I might get sick of him, and so sometimes I might just have to kick him to the curb. Let's be honest.
Is the goal? Well, is the goal for you guys? You guys kind of came in this together to kind of stick it out together and see where this road takes you.
For the both of us, honestly, that's how it's always been. Even when, like, before IT, kind of thought like, okay, maybe I'll take a dive into actually performing in a wrestling ring. It was always like a thing where, okay, Unit, if you do it, I'll be your manager. I'll have your back. I'll still have your back no matter what. So, it's always been that sort of thing where like we don't see each other in the world of wrestling. Like we don't see it like, okay, I don't want you to be a part of this. It's always been that sort of thing,
Okay, yeah, because I think you guys have something really good going on. I love, just from what I've seen so far of, the protection aspect that you guys are doing. I saw you also had Chris Masters. One of you guys, I think it was Unit, that took a picture with Chris Masters and posted it this week.
Did.
Oh, you both did.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Chris is another one he's been a great guy who just takes us under his wing, took me under his wing especially, and he doesn't mind giving great advice. He doesn't mind having a conversation with you. And I'm like, dude, I watched you on TV when I was 8 years old, and now I can simply call him a great brother and a great friend. So um, it's great. Like I said, going to these shows and being able to do that. That's a huge blessing in itself. So love it.
Yeah. IT, any bumps and bruises that you've encountered along the way after? I think the answer is yes for both.
So, we actually did a protection job for Divine Dynasty for that tag team match against Unretired Inc., Mark Andrews, Alex Evans. And so, actually, the brawl went into the ring. I'm in there trying to separate Mark Andrews and I believe it was AC Divine. And all I know is I just felt a fist come scrape my eye. And like my adrenaline was up. So I didn't realize it. Then we got to the bed. He was like, bruh, your eye is red.
Bloodshot red.
And I was like, I think I got hit. And then just this past Sunday, I did security. Since Unit's in Las Vegas, I had to do a job by myself, and I did security for UPW, and I actually had I was taking the chairs, steel chairs, to the back because no chairs allowed, disqualification. And so then Jackson Drake actually tried to fight me for the chair. I snatched it back from him, and I don't think nobody realized this, but like I still got a bump on my head to this day from a chair shot. So I don't know how, but I'm the one who always get hurt and don't realize it until later on. Unit, I think just because he's just big or taller than me, it's just nobody tries to do anything around him. They go for me because I'm it's kind of weird saying that.
It is weird saying it because I've seen you. You're not the small one.
I'm the smaller one.
But isn't that like what good protection is all about? Like protecting the people that hire you?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I guess it comes with the Call of Duty essentially then.
Yeah.
What about you, Unit? Any weird bumps and bruises or injuries or crazy situations you found yourself in?
Man, mine didn't even come from like at a show. Mine came from so one day I was out training with AC and Dynamite and shout out to Blade Brown, Mad Dog Blade Brown. We're getting in the ring, getting ready to warm up. No, we just got done warming up, got our drinks of water, and we were getting back in the ring. Blade is a freaking athlete, so he just hops up into the ring. He's like, he's just an athlete. So he just hops up, makes it look easy, right? And he just gets to stretching on the mat. So I go thinking, I'm Brock Lesnar too, man. What you mean? I try to go jump up on the apron, not realizing I don't have bounce. If you ever watch my basketball highlights, I'm not a dunker. I can dunk. I can simply stretch and throw it in the basket, but I don't jump high to dunk. I don't have to. I'm 7 feet tall. So I tried to jump up on the apron, completely missed the apron. And that's the hardest part of the ring, scraped my whole shin. It was like a big, and I'm light skinned, so it was just one big bruise on my leg covering all of my tattoos, man. It hurt like crazy. Oh my God, man. So yeah, that's probably the craziest like bump or bruise that I've taken since I've done wrestling.
Okay, so let me ask you a very serious question then. You said it's the hardest part of the ring. Like, how much harder is the outside of the ring versus the inside of the ring?
Man, that's straight up metal and wood that you're bumping into. And you would think that watching on TV that it's not that bad, but when you actually are touching the ring and then you're taking a bump in the middle of the ring, it's a huge difference. Like that, I had to when I had slipped onto the mat, onto the apron, like I said, it felt like somebody took a baseball bat and just bashed my leg in. But if I go into the ring and I start bumping and stuff like that, it doesn't, it doesn't affect me all that much because I'm a big guy. So it's like I don't really feel that. I feel it, of course, if somebody's trying to attack me in the ring. But other than that, it's a huge difference. Like that apron is terrible, man. That's different.
Okay, so us as like wrestling fans should have a greater appreciation for the maneuvers that you guys and gals do take on that outside of the ring. Okay.
Dude.
They was for real when they said don't try this at home.
Right?
Don't try it at home, man. Do not.
It's strange because, like, us as wrestling fans, I think we get desensitized to a lot of things when we see it so much. Like I think when AEW first started, it was like you were kind of seeing it, and they kind of made mention to it. Oh, it's the hardest part of the ring, but you kind of see it like on every show now, like several times a day. So I think us as wrestling fans may get desensitized to like, okay, we've seen it twice today already, 3 times last week. Like, but
one thing I like watching like Kevin Owens do his power bomb on the apron. I don't see how guys are able to walk after that because that ring, that apron is so strong and sturdy. I don't see how they do it. I don't see how he can do it every night either, man. Seriously.
Well, has there ever been any time after like training or any kind of shows where maybe you guys have each needed a few days in bed in order to get up and get going again? Or has it been pretty well, maybe IT does.
My first day.
Your first day?
Again, have done nothing athletic since 2016. Went to the gym, did the workout. And that was on I want to say Wednesday. I didn't get better. And mind you, I had to get up and go to work at 6:30 in the morning. I didn't get my legs back together about a good week and a half later.
Were you having second thought?
I live on the second floor of my apartment building.
Okay.
So it took me about a good 10 minutes just going up the steps.
Oh shoot. Were there any second thoughts after that first day, or were you just there was definitely second thoughts. The honesty is very appreciated here.
But it was that advice of saying it's a process.
Okay.
Knowing that's the process and knowing that it's a tough process that, this too shall pass.
There's a comment here. So I don't know what this means. So maybe you guys do. From Moshing Bacon Fire.
Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Moshing Bacon. He's also a YouTuber, up and coming YouTuber at that. He was actually with us at WrestleCade. He broke his camera, unfortunately, so he couldn't record for us and do everything that he wanted to do that weekend. But heck of a guy, and he puts on great. He does events down in Texas as well. So yeah, great guy.
All right, big shout out to Mosh and Bacon. Keep doing your thing, man. Just keep on trucking. Just keep on doing it. Now, you guys said eventually that, tag team wrestling would be something that you would like to get to. Is there a couple? I know we mentioned some guys that you like to provide protection for. Are there a couple? We'll start with IT. A couple tag teams out there that either you would like to throw it down with, or maybe that have retired now that you wish you had the opportunity to throw it down.
Again, me, the learning aspect. So I'm just a huge New Day fan. So again, anything with the New Day, like when I was a child watching Kofi Kingston from beginning to where he at now, as you see him win the WWE Championship, and because when I used to work, I used to listen to the podcast. So learn that their struggles from the very beginning to where they went to now, that is amazing. That'll be an amazing honor to be in the ring with them and just get to work and learn from them.
What about you, Unit?
Like I said, I'm a Fatu Anuahi fan, so I would love to be in the ring with guys like the Usos, guys like Solo and Roman, even Jacob. I would love to be in the ring with them and learn from them as well, and go to war with them and against them. Hopefully, another one. If we're talking the independent scene, Mark James, Alex Evans. Mark James and Alex, I love those dudes. Love them. I would love to get in the ring with them. I would love to, man. They got all the gold, so I want to take some gold from them.
And then back to just the respect and just to say the thank you, the Divine Dynasty, AC Divine, Dynamite Jackson. Like I said, they're the one who actually got it started up. Yeah. So just to be there with them, just to say thank you will be enough.
We can't call them Divine. They're not the Divine Dynasty anymore. They just AC and Dynamite now. They lost that to
They'll be Divine to me. They'll always be Divine to me.
Always.
There's certain things that last forever. You know, it's like the Horseman lasts forever. The Divine Dynasty lasts forever. You know, you're always, you know, we such as wrestling fans, you know, wrestling nerds even, we really grasp onto these things. And it's hard for us to let certain things go. And Divine Dynasty is something that IT is not ready to let go, if ever. Like,
I get it.
We got a few more people in here. AC Divine says best protection there is. He knows what's up. The STEM Adventures of Great Heart is in here. He's definitely watching. He has a question. Do you all have dreams of a title match?
It's like Unit said, Retired the Inc. has all the gold. And so with them, we at least got lighten the load just a little bit.
I have dreams of any title match I can get my hands on, man. Anything I do, whether it's hoop, whether it's wrestling, it could be anything. I could be playing chess. I want all the gold. I want all the money in gold, man. So, like I said, the ultimate goal, it could be the WWE Championship. It could be a World Tag Team Championship. It could be the Deadlock Pro Tag Team Championships. It could be anything, man. I want all of that, man. I need all that. I know that I need all that with my brother too. You know what I'm saying? So I need it.
I love the determination. Like I can feel your guys' passion and heart is all into this, and I love to see at the next convention that we come across one another. That not only do we do a live interview in person, so everybody can see how much smaller I am next to you two guys, but also to see some gold around probably your shoulders at that next convention. Well, I know you guys probably have a million things going on and a bunch of stuff to do. Is there anything else that we should know about Upsilon protection before we let you guys go?
Hire Upsilon protection. You got Unit and you got IT, the world's biggest protection. We are up and coming. We are on our way. You know.
Blue fire.
There you go. I guess you summed it all up, Unit. Where can people follow you guys at?
Hire Upsilon Protection on Instagram. J.E. the Kid for myself personally. And then, what's yours? I think.
For me, it is. Give me a minute because I forgot. It is IT_Poppy.
See, you can tell it's your first interview because you had to think about that Instagram name. Don't worry, you'll have it on lockdown. You'll have it like memorized. Like I see people that do the interviews now. They're like da 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 da. On Twitter, it's this. On this and this. And it's like, how do you have? One suggestion: keep them all the same because that way you don't have to remember 20 different things.
Soon, hopefully, a Facebook page will be coming. So we'll try to get that together in the near future as well, and we'll send that over to you.
Awesome. And Cherry Bomb says #protection.
That's right.
Well, you guys keep up the great work. I'm feeling the positivity. I'm feeling the energy with you guys. I just have a good hunch that something good is going to lots of not only good, but greatness will be in your guys' future. You guys got the size, you got the look, you got the determination, and you guys have the fortitude to go out and get it too, which is what I definitely appreciate. Is there any future shows that people should be on the lookout for as well? I know we're going into the holidays and nothing's going on for like 2 weeks, but
we're not actually booked for anything right now. We are accepting all bookings, any bookings right now. Out here in the West Coast, I'm looking to go to Future Stars of Pro Wrestling at some point soon. And hopefully Oasis Pro and Knox Pro with Rikishi and them. But I will be coming back to the East Coast at some point for many different shows as well. So
Perfect. Well, guys, like I said, keep up the great work. And, like I said, hopefully the next time we come across one another, you guys will have some gold around those shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it. Much
That's
love.
the goal right there. Much love. Much love. Thank you so much for having us as well.
Absolutely. I'm glad we made this interview happen now because I got to learn a little bit about you guys. And like I told you, I just didn't want to do an interview where I didn't, have anything to back up my questions. So I'm glad we waited a month or so to do this interview. And I definitely look forward to catching up with you guys later down the road when we have a lot more to talk about as well.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it as well.
All right, guys. If you like interviews like this with IT and Unit, hire Upsilon Protection. Guys, make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you can stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos. Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.